Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about fatty acids. Fatty acids are carboxylic acids with hydrocarbon side chains. This can be denoted as RCOOH. Here R represents hydrocarbon side chains and COOH is carboxylic acids. These hydrocarbon chains are non-polar in nature and carboxylic acid is polar in nature. Because of the presence of these polar and non-polar parts, these fatty acids are amphipathic molecules. For example, valeric acid, that is CH3, CH2, 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 COOH. Valeric acid is a fatty acid. Here CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2 represents hydrocarbon side chain and COOH is carboxylic acid. Let's see the numbering of carbon atoms in fatty acids. Two systems are there for numbering of carbon atoms, that is C system and omega system. First we will see the C system. Here the numbering starts from the carboxylic acid side. So the number of carboxylic acid carbon is numbered as 1. Next to the carboxylic side is 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. The carbon atom in the second position is also denoted as alpha. Third is denoted as beta. So this is the C system of numbering of carbon atoms in fatty acids. Next type of numbering is omega system. Here numbering starts from methyl group. So the carbon atom in the methyl end is denoted as omega 1. Next to it is omega 2, then omega 3, omega 4, omega 5, etc. So these are the types of numbering of carbon atoms in fatty acids. Let's see some unsaturated fatty acids. That is fatty acids with double bonds. For example, linoleic acid, which is an unsaturated fatty acid with 18 carbons. And it is represented as linoleic acid C18,2 delta 9 12 in C system, which means it contains 18 carbon atoms. 2 means 2 double bonds. Then delta 9 means the double bonds are between 9 and 10. And delta 12 means double bonds are between 12 and 30. That is in the C system. In omega system, here the numbering starts from the methyl end. So in the methyl end, the carbon atom, that is omega 1. Then to the carboxyl end, that is omega 18. So in the omega system, linoleic acid is written as C18 to omega 6. C18 means 18 carbon atoms are there. 2 means 2 double bonds are there. Omega 6 means first double bond is between carbon atoms 6 and omega 6 and omega 7. That is in the omega system. Another example of unsaturated fatty acid is linoleic acid, which is also an 18 carbon unsaturated fatty acid. Here in C system it is represented as linoleic acid C18 3 delta 9 12 15 in the C system. It means it has 18 carbon atoms, 3 double bonds between 9 and 10, second is between 12 and 13 and third is between 15 and 16. That is in the C system. In omega system it is written as linoleic acid C18 3 omega 3. Here 18 carbon atoms, 3 means 3 double bonds. Omega 3 means first double bond is between omega 3 and omega 4 carbon atoms. That is in omega system. So this is about the numbering of carbon atoms in fatty acids. Next we will see classification of fatty acids. Fatty acids are classified on the basis of chain length, total carbon atoms, nature of chain and synthesis in the body. On the basis of chain length, fatty acids are classified as short fatty acids, medium fatty acids, long fatty acids and very long fatty acids. Short fatty acids means these are with 2 to 6 carbon atoms. Medium fatty acids with 8 to 14 carbon atoms. Long fatty acids with 14 to 24 carbon atoms and very long fatty acids means with more than 24 carbon atoms. On the basis of total carbon atoms, fatty acids are classified as odd chain fatty acids and even chain fatty acids. Odd chain fatty acids, for example, valeric acid, propionic acid, etc. Even chain fatty acids, for example, palmitic acid, stearic acid, etc. Depending upon the nature of chain, fatty acids are classified as saturated, unsaturated, branched and hydroxy fatty acids. Saturated fatty acids, for example, palmitic acid, stearic acid, arachidic acid, etc. Unsaturated fatty acids are of two types, monounsaturated fatty acids and polyunsaturated fatty acids. Monounsaturated fatty acids, for example, palmitoleic acid and oleic acid. Polyunsaturated fatty acids, for example, linoleic acid, linolenic acid and arachidonic acid. On the basis of synthesis, fatty acids are classified as essential and non-essential fatty acids. Essential means these are not synthesized in the body and has to be taken in the diet. Non-essential means these are synthesized in the body. So this is about the classification of fatty acids on the basis of chain length, total carbon atom, nature of chain and synthesis in the body. Coming to the omega classification, three types: omega-3 fatty acids, omega-6 fatty acids and omega-9 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids, for example, alpha-linolenic acid, cervonic acid and timnodonic acid. Omega-6 fatty acids, for example, gamma-linolenic acid, linoleic acid and arachidonic acid. Omega-9 fatty acids, for example, oleic acid and elydic acid. So this is about the classification of fatty acids. Next we will see functions of fatty acids. Coming to the functions of fatty acids serve as major fuel for most cells. That is, fatty acids are utilized by muscles in well-fed condition and these are taken up by adipose tissues and are stored as triglycerides. Then fatty acids are building blocks of glycolipids, phospholipids, etc. These are important constituents of cell membrane. And arachidonic acid, it is the precursor of prostaglandin synthesis. These are the important functions of fatty acids, and this is about fatty acids, and this is today's topic. Thank you for watching.